Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is O3HW4 distributive property using multiple variables in the equation. I just want my goals for you, the objectives, is to become more familiar with solving for a variable other than x, because I know we often solve for x quite a bit. And also the other goal is to become familiar with solving equations with multiple variables in them. And we're going to be using a distributive property. We're going to be focusing and highlighting the distributive property with the multiple variables. So let's look at problem number 1. And problem number 1 says 2 times L plus 5 is equal to 67. So what we got to do here is that we first got to distribute. So we have 2 times L, and then we're going to do 2 times 5. Now that's how we get rid of the parentheses. We use the distributive property to get rid of the parentheses when there's times in between here. So 2 times L is 2L. I'm going to type it so it looks prettier. 2L plus 10, because 2 times 5 is 10, equals 67. Then we're going to use our inverse operations, just like we practiced. You probably don't need me to say them, but I'm going to say them anyway. Subtract 10 from both sides. And when we do that, we get 2L equals 57. I'll type that in there. 2L equals 57. Then we divide by 2 to both sides. And we're going to get L equals 28.5 for problem number 1. So not too bad. Just you got to remember distributive property. This is just with the one variable L. But now we're going to get into multivariables. I'm sorry, number 2 is very similar to problem number 1, so we won't do that. Number 2 is a little bit different though. So let's talk about that one. We have L and an A, 2 different variables. But we're still going to do the same exact procedure. It's going to be 2 times L, and then 2 times 3A. So 2 times L is 2L. Now 2 times 3A gets you actually 6A, because 2 times 3 is 6, and A just stays the same. So we have that. We have 2L plus 6A equals 17. Now we're going to use inverse operations, and we're going to subtract 6A from both sides of that equal sign. Now, I don't want to line it up underneath. I want to move it on the side. Because 17 and negative 6A, one has an A, but the other term doesn't have an A. They have to have the same term in order for them to be subtracted or added or combined in any shape or form. So I put it off a little bit on the side. 2L, I'm not subtracting or anything, so we're going to leave the 2L there. The positive 6A and the negative 6A, they actually cancel out, so I don't write anything there. Carry down my equal sign, carry down my 17, minus 6A. Now L is almost all by itself. We just have to get rid of the 2 in front. This is 2 times L, so we divide by 2 to get rid of it. So we divide by 2 here. And then we divide by 2 to everything on the right-hand side. We divide by 2 to 17. And we also divide by 2 to negative 6A. When we do that, we're going to get this. I already just wrote out the fraction, 17 over 2 in a vertical form. And then negative 6A divided by 2 is negative 3A. L is now all by itself, and that's our goal, to get L all by itself. Number 4, you have multivariables again, so let's do one more. And we'll look through the problems to see if I addressed everything you need. So 2 times L and 2 times negative 1C, just like what we did before. 2L, and then 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. C, we got rid of the parentheses, equals 14C. So all I did was distribute. Next, I got to move the 2C to the other side, so plus 2C. We use those inverse operations just like we've been practicing in class. Now we have 14C plus 2C. Oh, look at that. They both have a C to the first power. So I'm going to combine them. I could do that because they're same variable to the same power. So 2L, not getting canceled or adding anything to it. So 2L equals 14 plus 2C, or 14C plus 2C gets you 16C. Then we're going to divide by 2 to both sides. And our finished product is going to look like this. 2 times and divide by 2, they cancel each other out, so you just get L. L equals 16 divided by 2 is 8, so you have 8C. That's the answer number 4. Number 5 looks decent. Number 6 you could handle. Number 7 you could handle. Number 8 you could handle. And I think 9 and 10 you could also handle. So if you have any questions or concerns, just ask me. I'll be happy to help you out. All right, ladies and gents, have yourself a wonderful night.